Getting to know your friends and neighbors, this is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Happy Friday. We are launching you into a picture-perfect summer weekend before all of the heavy heat hits us next week. And it's beautiful outside already. A lot of sunshine, 63 degrees in Beaver Dam. Good morning and welcome to Hometown Today. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. And you can also engage with the stream on our YouTube channel. Super easy for you to subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. And when you do that, please remember to click the notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings, whether we're live in the studio here at 100 Bill McCullum Way or out and about covering one of our many local sporting events like we are tonight. Wow, big night for high school football opening. I can't believe it. Beaver Dam has their home and season opener tonight against Fort Atkinson, and then also some football action between Fall River, Rio, Cambria, and Friesland. You can check out both of those games on Daily Dodge TV, and 1430 ESPN will be where you want to tune in to listen to that on the radio for the Beaver Dam Fort Atkinson game, and that action starts at 6:45. All kinds of things going on as we get set to launch into the weekend. Our friends from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater back with us today, but we're going to be talking about Lumberjacks in Love and auditions that are right around the corner. We'll get to know Ronnie and Carla. They're here with us to talk about those auditions coming up for Lumberjacks in Love. The Dump Run is a huge fundraiser that benefits a handful of different charities, and really looking forward to meeting in person the one, the only Jack Jones. Jack is the owner of the Dump and also the coordinator for the Dump Run, and as Wade likes to call him, Baron von Berger. Jack will join us in the 10 o'clock hour along with Stephanie Curtis. We'll be welcoming Stephanie back. She's the executive director with Watertown Family Connections, and a milestone birthday and anniversary celebration has been happening this month as they celebrate 30 years. So we'll learn from Stephanie how we can get involved and support their efforts at the Watertown Family Connections Group. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. And we'll also have a chance to talk with Sandy from McKinstry's in the 10 o'clock hour. This is Hometown Today and your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
floor covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Wow, so this is a reality check just with the Dodge County Fair being over. We have high school football opening up in a lot of the communities throughout Dodge County. That happens tonight. And it's also the final Jam by the Dam show. So all kinds of signs right there. Full face, letting us know that summer truly is winding down. Great night tonight to head on over to Tahoe Park, whether you want to bike over there, cruise up in your boat because it's right on beautiful Beaver Dam Lake. Jam by the Dam tonight, Tahoe Park. Poverty and Panic will be performing. These guys are really fun. I saw them a few summers back. Great fun acoustic trio, playing songs that you know that you're really going to enjoy. This is free, and it is the last Jam by the Dam concert of the season. Pack your picnic, head over there with your lawn chairs and coolers, and know that food will not be available for purchase tonight. So really pack up your picnic and get set to enjoy that free summer concert in the park with Poverty and Panic. That starts at 6 o'clock. The show happens from 6 to 9, Jam by the Dam at Tahoe Park on Beaver Dam Lake here in Beaver Dam. We will get to know Jack Jones, the owner of The Dump and coordinator for the Dump Run. Jack will be with us next hour, and we'll also welcome Stephanie Curtis, who is the executive director for Watertown Family Connections in the 10 o'clock hour, in addition to hearing from Sandy at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. We are lucky this week to be joined by Beaver Dam Area Community Theater again. They are celebrating 60 brilliant seasons at BDACT, and when we had David Smith with us earlier in the week, we were running through some of the upcoming shows, some of the auditions that are right around the corner, and then David was letting us know when we can expect the announcement of the 61st season for Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. One of the things that David and I talked about were auditions that are coming up very soon for Lumberjacks in Love. These auditions happening next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 26th, 27th, and the 28th. And really happy to welcome two new voices here to Hometown today. With us this morning, we have Ronnie Harper, who is the choreographer and director for Lumberjacks in Love. And we also have Carla Arndt with us, who is the vocal director and focused on the music for Lumberjacks in Love. Good morning and welcome, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy that you're here with us. How's your Friday so far?
Early.
I know the mornings get here fast, don't they?
It's a beautiful day, though.
It really
beautiful day in
is.
the neighborhood.
It's going to be a wonderful weekend, too. And I don't know if you ladies have seen what is in store for us next week, but crazy heat indexes again and kind of the last blast of summer. I made a comment to my husband last night that, well, finally now I have all the gardens and the patio and the yard, like finally how we want it, and summer is over, but it's all good. We still have a lot of great summer days to enjoy.
Yes.
And a lot of great shows to enjoy at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. I was telling David earlier this week, like this really has been a knockout season. And, you know, when you do have a big milestone anniversary, of course, you know, people always expect, you know, bigger and better and more. But it was so nice to hear from David that this is just kind of how things are happening now at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, which is really wonderful. We have those auditions for Lumberjacks in Love coming up. Really excited to dive into the details of the show, what we can expect. But I'm all about getting to know our guests first before we do that. And just as we were chatting before we hit the air, I was really knocked out. Ronnie, when you were sharing kind of your legacy, when I had asked, you know, when you got involved with theater, I was really knocked out by what you had to share. So share with everyone.
Well, you asked how long have I been involved? 60 years. It's our 60th season. So yeah, I was in utero. No, I was 7 when I helped my mom learn lines for Arsenic and Old Lace,
Wow.
which was in their first season. So, you know, went on to do the things that teenagers do, paint sets, help move props, and then eventually Annette Camps gave me the opportunity to choreograph. I was in lots of plays as the chorus. I at one time held the distinction of working on, in some way, every single summer musical for 22 years in a row.
Wow.
Anyway, then I moved to Madison, and I'm only was in the audience, which we need too. Audiences are important. And now I'm back, and I choreographed Lumberjacks in Love for Madison Theater Guild 21 years ago. And at the time, I thought, Beaver Dam would love this show. So finally, now in this 60th season, I get to direct it and bring it to Beaver Dam.
That's really exciting. It's great. We're glad that you've made it full circle.
This circle.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Carly, you were here before we headed down to the studios, just waiting for Ronnie. So we did not have a chance to kind of chat for a little bit. But I did learn that you've been in this area 2 years now, involved with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. What made the move for you from Rochester, Minnesota?
Well, I was a software engineer, mainframe operating systems for a very large engineering and computer company in Rochester, and I retired. So my husband and I said that whenever we retired, we wanted to live on a lake in Wisconsin. So that was our ultimate goal, but we also have a daughter and son-in-law in the Milwaukee area, and we wanted to be within about an hour-ish of where they are. And so Beaver Dam just fit the bill when we ticked off all of our things we wanted in a new hometown.
That's really nice. Well, welcome. Nice. Even though it's been a couple of years, I know I've been here 6, and it still feels like I'm getting acclimated and getting to know certain parts of Dodge County, but we really love it here. It's a really nice place to be. So Mean Girls was, such a success, the movie, the show, and you have a connection to that, like musically.
Yes, and that was kind of ironic. I had always wanted to be in theater, even in Rochester, but, having kids and having your job and everything, it was a time constraint. And I was also the music director at our church. I directed choir and the bands there, and so I just was really, really busy with that, just like we all are.
Yeah.
But when we moved to Beaver Dam and retired, I wanted to get involved in theater. It was something I always wanted to do, so I had been signing up on the volunteer list, which everybody can do on the Beaver Dam website. And I got a call last summer just out of the blue that said they were having trouble finding a third keyboard player for Mean Girls because it required 3. It was a very big pit orchestra for Mean Girls. And the show was only like less than 10 days away at the time.
Oh my goodness.
So I showed up at the rehearsal one night. I didn't even have music. So that was my first foray into the Beaver Dam Theater, was playing the third keyboard part for Mean Girls. And then when Brand New Life came up, the Dust Bowl musical, the world premiere of that this winter past, I was the accompanist for that as well. So, but that I got in on day one. So I played for that as well, and now we're doing Lumberjacks in Love. So.
That is a great story, how you got involved today. I love that it was kind of crunch time for Mean Girls, and you just jumped right in and haven't looked back. And Ronnie, that is really great. You said 21 years since you did Lumberjacks in Love for the Madison Theater Guild.
That particular show, yeah.
Wow. So we're looking forward to this. We have auditions. You guys have to cast the show. Auditions coming up next week already. Next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 26th through the 27th. Lumberjacks in Love. This is a musical production. And tell us about the casting process. Like, who are some of the characters?
Okay, Lumberjacks in Love has 6 characters in it, and there are, as it starts out, there are 5 lumberjacks, 4 burly men. They referred to as the shanty boys because they live in a cabin, kind of. So Minnesota Slim is the boss of the shanty crew, and he is, a strong character. He leads the other guys, but he's terrified of women, and we find out that he had a bad experience with his childhood sweetheart in 3rd grade.
Oh, boy, he never got over that.
No, he never did. So he's happy to live up, like, where they're 200 miles. They think they're 200 miles from any woman. And his buddies are Muskrat, who, as the play opens, is enduring a milestone birthday.
Oh boy.
40 or 50 will sort of decide based on auditions. and Muskrat is philosophical, more of a man of few words, but dry humor. Then there's Moonlight, who's probably younger and possibly handsome. And he's it's according to the casting that came with the show, he's strong of back and soft of heart.
Oh.
He reads romance novels, and that'll come into part of the plot. And then finally there's Dirty Bob. Dirty Bob, as he's called it sometimes. And Bob is simple. I think of Bob as being sort of like, I'm forgetting the character, man.
Was it Larry?
Forrest
Daryl, and
Gump.
Daryl? Oh,
There we go. He's a little bit like Forrest Gump. He's simple,
Got it.
but sincere. And that particular, the actor who plays him will have to be good at physical comedy.
Okay.
He does some slapstick, almost physical comedy. So those are the four main lumberjacks, and then there's the kid. So those are all adult men.
Okay.
The kid, we find out early on, so plot spoiler, but you find out in the second scene, if you don't have eyes, that the kid is actually a girl.
Oh.
Well, she's a young woman now. She grew up in the lumber camp because her mother had died, and her father said she should always dress like a boy. But now she's getting to be a young woman, and she's kind of got a crush on one of the lumberjacks.
Oh,
and
boy.
How's she going to manage that? And they don't know she's a girl.
Okay.
They must be really dim. But anyway, it's all very funny. You know, there's like mistaken identities and costume changes. And then the final one is Rose. And she is a mail order bride.
Oh, boy.
She is bossy and bawdy and strong-willed. But she's actually not a mail order bride. She's pretending to be a mail order bride because she's really a romance novelist
Okay.
who writes the romances that Moonlight's been getting these dime novels in the mail. So she's there searching for more information so she can set her next series of books in a lumber camp.
Okay, very good.
So because the men don't want a mail order bride, then comedy ensues. That's it, basically. So among as they lay out their lives, they will all sing and dance. All of them sing and dance.
Yes.
I will. I'm choreographing, so I can tell you that I think if as someone considering auditioning, please audition, or tell your buddies. If you can count to 4 and jog up and down a flight of steps, you'll be able to do these dances.
Okay.
But they'll be fun, and the audience will love them. And probably my favorite dance number is Bunch of Naked Lumberjacks.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we need
You'll need
details
some,
on that.
because
We have to take
you
a
did
break
say
quick.
that. Yeah, okay. So that's our cliffhanger. Bunch of Naked Lumberjacks.
That is awesome. We have Ronnie Harper with us here this morning, along with Carla Arndt, and we're talking about Lumberjacks in Love, a musical. Auditions happening next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 26th through the 28th. Love these characters. Cannot wait to hear not only about Bunch of Naked Lumberjacks, but all the music that you'll be bringing to life for us, Carla, as well. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We'll be talking with Sandy from McKinstry's next hour. And the show presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And something you may not know is that there's a new division to Professional Floor Covering, Pro Edge Sharpening Services. So yesterday I was working out in the yard, and I keep complaining about my favorite tools not being sharp enough. It just makes things easier. I need to take them all over to Pro Edge Sharpening Services because they will sharpen anything with an edge. The small things like your favorite garden tools, scissors, knives, and even the big things like your mower blades, saw blades, things like that. Anything with an edge. And because they are a division of Professional Floor Covering, you will find them at the same place, 730 13 Park Avenue in Beaverton. You just go through a different door for Pro Edge Sharpening Services Suite D, and you can find them online at proedge.com. This is Hometown Today in your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Randy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It is Friday, and we're laughing and singing and hoping our microphones aren't live yet. It's all good. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios. and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. You can also subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. Easy for you to do that. And when you do that, be sure to click that notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings in the Daily Dodge TV studio. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. And we'll check in with Sandy from McKinstry's next hour, along with welcoming Executive Director for Watertown Family Connections, Stephanie Curtis. Stephanie will be with us next hour, as will Jack Jones, the owner of The Dump in Cambria, and also the coordinator for the Dump Run. So looking forward to getting those details about the Dump Run coming up, and meeting Jack in person. He gets to talk to Wade every Wednesday, and I'm going to try to remember his nickname, Baron von Berger, courtesy of Wade Bates. A great show, another great show set to hit the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater coming up October 18th through the 27th. Lumberjacks in Love, a musical. But before the show can happen and hit the stage, it has to be cast. And casting auditions will happen next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 26th and the 28th. Lucky to have with us here this morning Ronnie Harper, who is the choreographer and the director for Lumberjacks in Love, and also Carla Arndt, who is the vocal director and focused on the music for Lumberjacks in Love. Thanks again for joining us here this morning. Will the harp make its way into any of the music for Lumberjacks in Love? Because word is that you recently are taking on the adventure of learning how to play the harp.
I am learning how to play the harp, so unfortunately, the style of the music for this show doesn't quite lend itself to harp.
Not even a dream sequence.
Not
scene?
even
There is
not
no
even-
dream ballet.
No dream ballet, just the Naked Lumberjacks piece, which is the dream. Don't worry, people, nobody's going to be naked.
Okay.
It's just he's telling about a dream, and it's a whimsical song, which most of the songs in the show are very whimsical. There are about 20 different numbers.
Wow.
There are some ballads, some really short little quick ditties. As far as the music, it lends itself much more to, I don't know if you're familiar with the Mad Polecats.
Yeah, I've seen them only one time.
Yeah, they
during
were
my
here.
6 years
They
here.
were here earlier this summer, actually, and
Yeah.
played in Swan Park one weekend. Well, the orchestra pit for this is actually 3 members of the pit, because we're going to be on stage, actually. 3 members of the Mad Polecats, and then I will be playing with them as well. I'll be playing accordion and piano.
Oh,
so
cool.
no harp, but you get accordion. And we're kind of debating maybe that accordion might just need to be a prop. I don't know. You know
Oh, no, come on, Carly, you gotta play it.
Oh, yeah, I'll
I'm from Greene
definitely.
County. We love the accordions there.
Yeah,
so.
I will definitely be playing it on some of the pieces, but the songs themselves are. It's an interesting combination. Like I said, a lot of them are very whimsical. I'll be looking in auditions next week for people that can really enunciate and spit out their words, because like all musicals, the music tells a lot of the story. And in this musical, it's not all music, it's a lot of dialogue as well as music. And one thing I think is kind of unique about this musical is all 6 of the characters in the show have solos.
Oh, wow.
And for a lot of musicals, you know, you've got your top handful, right, of soloists, and then you've got the ensemble. So usually when you're trying out for a musical, you're saying, well, I just want to be part of the ensemble, or I want to be one of the main characters. Well, in this one, all 6 of them are doing solos, but all 6 of them are also being parts of ensembles. So there are some songs that are solos, some are duets, some are trios, some are quartets, and some of them we have all of the characters. So it's quite a variety of music. But for auditions, I would probably focus more on some quick tunes that are something I can gauge whether or not we can understand you, that you can spit out your words.
Okay.
And one thing that Ronnie will be looking for too, maybe not so much in auditions, but eventually we'll want them to use some type of accent. We're talking kind of a Kentuckian hillbillish type thing. You know, think of
Can
Lumberjacks.
you do that now? Like, what would that sound like?
I can't.
The character of Minnesota Slim is from Kentucky. We find that out later, so he might talk a little bit like this.
Oh, okay.
But it being in Hayward, Wisconsin, is where it takes place, up north. You might have some of them, talking like Uper accent there. And so then, if you're going to talk like this, you got to sing like this.
Oh, boy.
Or you could be Norwegian because, this takes place at the turn of the last century.
Okay.
So Scandinavians were settling up there, and you might want to talk a little bit like a Scandinavian. So we'll see what people can manage.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for them to be able to sing with their accent at auditions.
At auditions, no.
We don't care about that, right? They can get that as they're going. And in fact, I'm not even looking for people that are professionally trained musicians. I'm not even looking for somebody that can read music. I'm looking for somebody that's teachable.
Got it.
So, I'm really. I directed a church choir for 27 years, and there were about 35 members of it, and I always say there were about 3 that could read music. It was more like maybe 9 or 10 that could read music, but I'm very accustomed to teaching people to sing something that they can't read the music to. We're not looking for anybody to have, an operatic voice or anything like that, but somebody that can get their words out and explain the story, and they're teachable more than anything.
As far as from an audience perspective, we will want, we would love if we have people that sound really good when they sing. I think it would also be fair to say that if they can harmonize, they have to have a good enough ear. So if you're a person that sings along with the radio and you harmonize along with the radio, that would be, while you're driving in the car, give it a go.
All right.
Because it'll be fun.
And auditions start on Monday.
Monday?
So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We
Yes.
do have to take a quick news
Okay.
break, and then we're going to dive into some of the specifics that you're looking for, Ronnie, in Minnesota Slim. We've got Muskrat, is Muskrat one of them, and Moonlight, and Dirty Bob.
Dirty Bob.
And we've got the Kid, and then
And
Rose, who
Rose,
is the romance writer.
Yep.
Okay, so really fun characters. I can't wait to hear, what you're specifically looking for when folks come to audition next week. We're talking with Ronnie Harper, who is the director and choreographer for Lumberjacks in Love, a musical, and Carla Arndt, the vocal director, also joining us here this morning. Auditions happen next week already. You're jump-starting your week Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with auditions for Lumberjacks in Love, which will be performed at BDACT October 18th through the 27th. We will head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather updates, and we'll get it going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
August is flying by, and before we know it, it'll be next Friday, August 30th. And that's a big day because we have a world-famous brat fry happening with JB Mechanical. So your destination next Friday between 11 and 1 to get that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage for only $2 is JB Mechanical. New location at 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, celebrating 8 years as your local HVAC contractor. And they service commercial, residential, and industrial clients. And in addition to enjoying the best lunch in town for $2, that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage, you can register to win some incredible prizes during the brat fry next Friday between 11 and 1 at JB Mechanical. You can register to win a brand new furnace. That is amazing. And we are going into that time of year where this is a big deal. So, wow, you can get registered to win a brand new furnace at JB Mechanical next Friday during our brat fry from 11 to 1. Also, a fall preventative maintenance check on your heating system, a filter, 2 sets of brewer tickets. You do have to register during the brat fry next Friday from 11 to 1. Winners will be drawn at 1 o'clock. And again, this is at the new location for JB Mechanical at 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Wow, I haven't even thought about firing up my furnace. The AC has basically been on all summer long. We are at the theater this morning on Hometown Today with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, talking with and getting to know Ronnie Harper, who is the choreographer and director for Lumberjacks in Love, a musical, and Carla Arndt also with us this morning. She's the vocal director for the show, so of course focused on music. Auditions right around the corner, so you have some time to prep this weekend. Auditions are happening Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and there is a process. You guys are so buttoned up. BDACT.org has so much great information on it about all the shows, the auditions. Of course, folks can get the specifics. What do they need to know, Ronnie?
Well, like you said, just about everything we're talking about today is on the website. So we encourage people who are considering auditioning to go look at the website and get the character descriptions, but also register for a time. We're asking that everybody that's going to audition on a given night come right away at 7 because one of the things I'll be having them do is read little bits of the script, but read on stage with another would-be character. So it's good, and then teach them a little short dance. So it's good that they all be there at the same time. A reason for registering ahead of time is there's a form that asks a lot of information that we'll need to know, including your background experience, but also things we'll need to know if you get cast. Okay. This is a small cast, but I'm really proud of the production values community theater has always had, that we do good theater, and we try to choose good stories and then tell them well. I should mention when I say good stories, before I get into what the audition process is, I don't want to forget to say that this Lumberjacks in Love was written by Fred Alley and James Kaplan, who, if you might be familiar with one of their more famous shows around here, Guys on Ice. So the kind of rollicking humor and yet some touching songs and things are pretty similar to that. Community Theater did another show, which I have to say I didn't see because I was living in Madison, but it was Cheeseheads, the musical, I think, and that's by the same guys. So,
fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
That type of humor definitely works, and this is going to be such a fun show.
So the process is you sign up, you show up at 7, we'll have you read a little bit. You don't have to be real prepared. You don't have to have a monologue prepared or anything. We'll just have you read something we give you then and recite the ABCs in different emotional aspects. And then Carla will have them, we'll all listen to them sing. And that would be like a 1-minute song that you prepare. You can bring in your own accompaniment on YouTube backing tape or something, or just sing it a cappella. Whatever it is you like to belt out with the radio, sing that, or something kind of countrified would be fine. you could sing the Star Spangled Banner, or if you need to, but
That's a tough song to sing.
yes, actually, that would be a tough one. And we might have Carla talk about the ranges. But anyway, so then Carla will take some ranges, just like play a little piano and can you sing this? And then I'll have them dance a little bit. And again, if you can count to 4, you'll be able to dance these kind of dances. You want to mention about the singing?
Yeah, the 4 guys, 2 of them are, and this says it on the website too when you go to sign up for auditions, but 2 of them sing a little higher. I wouldn't necessarily call them tenors. They're called lyric baritones. All of them are basically baritones, with 2 of them being a little higher and 2 of them are being a little lower. Okay. I'm not looking for a true tenor or a true bass, just somebody in the middle, and if I don't quite get those ranges, I'll move the notes around a little bit. The kid, being a young woman, would have a young woman's voice. Rose, the mail order bride, I would view her as having a big booming voice.
Okay.
So if you're really thinking you want to be Rose, I would come with the 1-minute song that is something that you're going to belt out.
We're going to feel it.
We should feel it in our seats a little bit. And that's how I view Rose. If we don't get somebody exactly like that, we'll deal with it. But that's how I would view Rose as far as her singing style.
She's not shy.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Rose.
Yeah.
Auditions are at 7. No.
Yes, 7. Thank
good.
you.
She's
Oh,
good.
very good.
Very
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah. You see how we're wearing our plaid. We're really trying to push plaid, and I've been wearing plaid every day, so I remember to tell everyone I meet, you should audition for Lumberjacks in Love. We can also, there's also a couple other ways the community can be involved. If there's not a part that you see as being right for you, to be just part of the camaraderie of a show. We have a really good production crew, which I can mention if we have time, but then a couple things we're still looking for is wardrobe assistance. That's kind of unique to this show. When you go to see a show, a lot of times you'll notice during the dark scene changes, there's somebody that comes on stage and moves props around. We don't have that. It all takes place in the same cabin. They stay in that cabin or just outside it, and there's no props to move around. But they have quick changes because, as I said, there's this like mistaken identity and trying to dress like a guy and all that. And sometimes that has to happen really quickly. So we actually need people backstage to help in 1 minute and 10 seconds change from a lumberjack into a fancy dressed woman.
Oh, my goodness.
And then back again.
That's not easily done.
So that's actually a skill that we need some people to help with. So sign up for that. You don't necessarily have to come to the auditions, but do go online at bdact.org and sign up for that, or contact our volunteer coordinator, and you can find all that on the website. So, and then actually, I'm still trying to reach out to somebody to assist with the dancing, because since I'm also directing, it makes good use of people's time. When you audition, one of the things we ask you to do is give us your conflict calendar. So we really try hard to make good use of people's time. Most of the people involved in our shows have day jobs or families or all of the above. So we try to accommodate that by knowing if you've always got a bowling night, or like I teach dance on Tuesdays, then we have to work around that. So
Sure, that's nice. It's very accommodating.
yes, we try to be. You do all have to be there the week of the show.
That cannot be a conflict.
Yeah.
We're talking this morning with Ronnie Harper, who is the director and choreographer for Lumberjacks in Love, a musical. Carla Arndt, also with us. She's the vocal director for the show. Auditions happening Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, August 26th. 27th and the 28th. BDACT.org is where you can go to learn more specifics about the auditions. You'll see an audition form that you can check out, and also you want to get signed up for your audition time. And it's been great learning about the characters and the show. What else would you guys like to share? We have just a couple of minutes left.
Oh, I forgot one of the other things that we may look to for the community is props. This does take place at the end of the last century, and so there's a few specific things we might be looking for to borrow to give it that flavor of
Sure.
Hayward, Wisconsin. And so if people have some of that in their decor or their shed, we might want to reach out. So again, that would be posted probably on Facebook on Beaver Dam Community Theater's Facebook page of Opportunities and Memories, BDACT Opportunities and Memories, I think it's called. So anybody can join that, and it's always a good way another way to find out what's going on. Yeah, that's I don't know, anything else we want to say?
I think
So we'll
that's
decide.
pretty much
Let me
it.
say that we'll decide Wednesday night what we think we've got, and we may have a callback audition on Thursday night at 7, because it's important to make sure that the people's voices blend, and also there are a couple couples, and we want to just see like what they look like together.
Sure.
But hopefully we won't need that. So we'll see.
Well, good luck with the auditions. It's been a pleasure
you.
talking with you this morning and getting to know you. What a fun show. Ronnie Harper, the director and choreographer for Lumberjacks in Love, a musical, and Carla Arndt, the vocal director for the show with us here this morning. Auditions next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. Please go to bdact.org to learn more, to get signed up for your audition time, and also to check out that audition form. And then get ready for the show to be performed October 18th through the 27th. Always easy for you to get tickets to shows at BDACT. You can simply do that online, bdact.org, and know that the box office is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 4. I hope you guys will come back and talk with us again the closer we get to opening night for Lumberjacks in Love.
Yeah, we will.
That'd be fun.
All right. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the day. Thanks
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Again, Ronnie Harper and Carla Arndt with Lumberjacks in Love, a musical, with us here this morning. Show coming up October 18th through the 27th at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. But auditions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. We will have a chance to not really necessarily get to know a new friend and neighbor, because you hear this guy every Wednesday with Wade Bates during the 95.3 WBEV morning show when it's Wednesday, what's he call it, Hump Day, Dump Day, and you have a chance to win a $10 gift certificate to the Dump in Cambria. Have either of you guys been there? The
It's
food
on
is
my
so
list.
good.
I have not. I've heard their burgers are really good.
They are amazing. So we'll have a chance to talk with Baron Von Berger, Jack Jones, who is the owner of the Dump and also the coordinator of the Dump Run, which is a huge fundraiser that benefits various local organizations. So we'll have a chance to talk with Jack, get those details for the Dump Run. And also next hour, we'll welcome Stephanie Curtis, who is the executive director for Watertown Family Connections. And in between that, Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam will be checking in with us to talk about their store-wide Labor Day sale. Hometown Today, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
waking up your neighborhood with what's happening. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
A lot of sunshine and 65 currently in Beaver Dam. It is a gorgeous day throughout Dodge County. Happy Friday, and welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Looking forward to hearing from Sandy from McKinstry's later on this hour. We'll be talking about their store-wide Labor Day sale, and I'm just already looking forward to hearing her voice. It's very soothing. It's very relaxing. I'm kind of a high-strung person, so I appreciate the zen that Sandy brings to the airwaves. Also, later on this hour, we will welcome Stephanie Curtis. Stephanie is the executive director with Watertown Family Connections, and they are celebrating a big milestone, their 30th birthday and anniversary, and the celebration continues. So we'll learn what that is all about and how we can contribute to their efforts at Watertown Family Connections. And this hour, we will soon launch into a conversation with one of my favorite voices. I'm very lucky to get to talk to Sandy from McKinstry's later on this hour, and Jack Jones and a couple of guests. I love Jack's voice. You hear it every Wednesday during the 95.3 WBEV morning show with Wade and Sherry. Jack is the owner of The Dump in Cambria, and we're going to talk about the Dump Run, which is a huge fundraiser with all the proceeds benefiting various local organizations. And Jack has brought along some friends and neighbors to join the conversation. We'll get to know Janelle and Melissa as we talk about the Dump Run here in just a couple minutes. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
This is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It takes good people to put a good idea, good causes into motion, and great things happen from those efforts. And it's part of what the annual dump run is all about in Cambria. The 20th annual dump run is happening tomorrow, and I'm thrilled to have our guests with us here this hour. We have Baron Von Berger, Jack Jones with us, the owner of the dump and the coordinator of the dump run. And then we're also joined this morning.
Amy.
I love your voice, Jack. Like, this is really cool. Like, if I just end up staring at you, like, while you talk, I hope I don't freak you out, because I really do love your
won't freak me
voice. Okay. Does it take a lot to freak you out?
Sometimes, but not always.
We also have Janelle and Melissa joining us here this morning on Hometown Today. Thank you for your time. Good morning and welcome. This is a huge deal, the 20th annual dump run. So I'm really interested to share the information with our listeners, with our viewers on Daily Dodge TV, how this all got started 20 years ago. A huge fundraiser that started out modestly, as you were sharing, Jack, off the air. Now it continues to grow. All the proceeds going to various local organizations like the Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, along with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Folks should know that when we say all the proceeds, it means all the proceeds.
Absolutely.
So, Jack, when this got started 20 years ago, how did this come about? And then Janelle and Melissa, I want to know like what your roles are too. So, how and why did this start?
Well, it started, I acquired the bar in 2003. November of 2004, I lost a lost a classmate to cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then in December, I lost my mother to cancer. So at that point, I decided to do something in memory of those two. And they both died, like I say, from cancer. So following year, I organized the dump run. And I think we had about 115 participants that year.
Okay, it's pretty good for first time out.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It started very modestly. And I want to say we raised in the neighborhood of about $8,800. And I remember I was so proud that expenditures were under 200.
Okay, that's really impressive.
So I was very, very happy about that. And so from there, it's just growing a little bit each year. We used to ride as a group, and then maybe 3-4 years in, it got to be where there was 300 people, and that was, no more group riding. So we started just encouraging everybody to go in their own groups, and we always had a pig roast. First there was 1 pig, then it was 2 pigs, then it was 3 pigs, then it was 5 pigs.
All to meet the demand as things grow. You've got to figure it all out and make sure everyone's satisfied and happy.
Yeah, so, just fast forward to today. We anticipate a neighborhood of 700 to 800 riders.
Wow, that's great.
And somewhere around the 500-600 walk-ins, for the entertainment later.
Wow.
And, a $120 donation gets you involved in the entire day's activities.
And there's a lot that is happening tomorrow, all part of the 20th annual dump run. Thanks to you and folks like Janelle, Melissa, all the volunteers, everyone who plays a role. The dump run has raised, am I seeing this right? $505,000.
Yep.
$505,000.
Yeah, that's correct.
A little over $500,000.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Amy. And if I might circle back to the volunteers.
Yeah.
So we have in the neighborhood of 80 volunteers from these various groups and organizations that help us throughout the day, various tasks. So it's not just the dump that you attribute to the credit and success of this event. Through all the years, we've had just extraordinary amount of people and help from everybody that got involved. The different, Janelle can talk
a lot of
little bit
local
about
charity, other people who run charities like the MS Foundation, We had the Alzheimer's Dementia Alliance help for years till they kind of went non-existent. We've got the fire department, the high school football players, just people in town that just want to help.
Yeah.
Because they're touched by any of the other charities that we donate to. So we actually have people that reach out and go, I want to help. And so we find a little job for them because one of us can't do it all. That's kind of how I got involved, is just offered to help Jack, and it just kept growing.
Yeah, it means a lot when people donate their time and their talent. And to your point, it doesn't have to be hours. It doesn't have to be, an 8-hour day. Sometimes even just an hour or a couple. There's ways for people to
absolutely.
to be a part of it.
Absolutely. We have it all broken down into shifts per se, Amy, and you might be out on a route punching cards, selling 50-50 tickets, helping clerk the auction, helping cash out the auction, the live auction, serving food. There's just many tasks that we ask.
Melissa, how did you get involved?
Just kind of the same way Janelle did. Just what can I do to help?
Yeah, all hands on deck during the 20th
It takes a
annual
team.
Dump Run.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, that's really about it.
And it is a whole day of fun. Jack, you had mentioned about 700 to 800 riders, and then like 500 to 600 walk-ins anticipated, and only a $20 donation. That is the only requirement for folks to contribute to the annual dump run, and to really make a difference to these organizations that you're donating to. $20 at the gate. Let's walk folks through like some of these great things that are going to be happening, because when you talk about food, Jack Jones, people listen, because the best burgers I've ever had truly have been from the dump. I love it. It was like a bacon blue, like super yummy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
good. But we've got all this fun planned for tomorrow. Again, all the proceeds, 100%. People can feel so good about this. With your $20 donation, all the proceeds go to benefit various local organizations like the Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, along with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And a sincere note of thanks again to all the volunteers, everybody that supports this. Take us through the day tomorrow. What can we look forward to?
Okay, so the day begins at 9 a.m. with pre-registration. From 9 o'clock till 11, we offer a free breakfast
That's nice.
to all the participants. So that they're welcome to that. And like I say, sign up day of is from 9 to 11. We kind of call it kickstands up at 11 and rawhide, but people leave before that. They leave in their own groups. In the packet is everything you need to know about the destinations, the stops. We do 3 intermittent stops. So in the morning you get your first punch there at the dump in Cambria, and follow the route. That's all that information is in your packet that you get for $20. And you're eligible for part of a $1,000 poker run. At the end of the day, we announce the winner like during our live auction.
Okay.
So the riders come back about 3:30ish, plus or minus. At 3 o'clock, we begin serving our pig roast.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, and our first entertainer, which this year is Buck Naked.
They're really good.
They are really, really good, and they have a very local flavor with Dakota. Tamaga grew up there in town, and yeah, they're really awesome. So they go on stage, the main stage out in the street at 3 o'clock, and we begin the pig roast. They play till 4:15, and then at 4:15 I take the stage and welcome everybody, and we do our live auction, which is the live auction's a hoot.
Okay, they're so much fun to watch. And last week when we were at the Dodge County Fair, one of the gentlemen that was the auctioneer for the small meat animal sale, I overheard him in a conversation, and so I waited till it was, polite to jump in. But I introduced myself and told him I've always been fascinated by auctioneers. I really want to learn how to do that. I can speak quickly, I can enunciate well, and he told me it's really more about the rhythm. Are you the auctioneer, Jack?
Well, I'm not, but I sometimes pretend I am. Hey, all right, now what do you want to give me for? But actually, a classmate of mine is the auctioneer, Colonel Randall J. Link, and
But this is a real highlight of the dump run, like
Well,
a big like.
I think so. And
something
it's a
you shouldn't
major
miss, the live
portion
auction.
of our fundraising efforts, Amy, quite frankly.
Okay.
So it's not only a hoot to do, but it's a major part of the day. So
Yeah, and people, there's adrenaline that happens too, like during a live auction, because it is a competition. When you're bidding up against somebody. Can you share any of the items that will be up for bid tomorrow, or is that a secret until we're at the
no,
at the dump run?
absolutely not. The ladies can.
You
do
know,
some
we
of
have
that.
a lot of just local people, local businesses that donate a whole variety of things. Sometimes we we morph it into something different, sometimes something naughty. So we have a bird bath, we have badger tickets, we have fire rings, we have tons of different kinds of baskets. We have a grill, we have cooler, we have brewer
Coolers.
tickets.
Melissa, what is the sailing experience?
Oh, a
Tell
sailing
us about that.
package. I
That's
believe
cool.
it's 3 hours on a sailboat up in Door County. A local couple donates their time. They're the captain.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's always a popular item. We've had that the last few years.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like being out on the water in a real.
We have a wide
sailboat.
variety of items and things to choose from.
That's great. It sounds like
just all kinds of things.
great
Years
experiences.
ago, we had somebody donate this huge jar of pickles. And we're like, what are we going to do with that?
Yes, and was it one of the highest bid on items?
It actually went extremely well because we threw in a
forget what
bucket of ice cream and pregnancy tests. We called it pickles, ice cream, and a pregnancy
That's
test.
right.
Oh,
So we
I
have
love it.
Yeah,
items
we had,
that really
we had a
have-
lot of fun. An older guy bought it for like $250 so he could take it to his daughter-in-law the next day. It was priceless.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're talking about the 20th annual dump run, which is basically going to take over Cambria tomorrow. Our guests here, Jack Jones, the owner of the dump and the coordinator of the dump run. We also have Janelle and Melissa joining us here for the conversation. This all happens tomorrow. All the proceeds go to benefit local organizations like the Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, along with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. $20, that $20 donation at the gate gets you in for a day of fun, a day of great food, the live auction that we were just talking about, which is a big part of those fundraising dollars that add up. And we still have more to talk about. We're going to talk about the Ramble. We're going to talk about all the great bands that we're going to have a chance to
for
enjoy
sure.
as we continue to talk about the 20th annual dump run happening tomorrow at the dump in Cambria. Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings will be checking in with us a little later on this hour, and we'll also welcome Stephanie Curtis, the executive director from Watertown Family Connections, here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering. You're listening to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Launching you into the weekend on a gorgeous Friday. A lot of sunshine as we make our way to a high near 78. And really that's going to be more of the same for tomorrow and Sunday. A little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday, highs in the low to mid 80s. But enjoy it because next week it's going to be crazy hot with massive heat indexes. So tomorrow is just going to be a beautiful day to be outside. Make your way to the dump in Cambria and support the 20th annual dump run. It's wonderful to have our guests here with us to talk about that. We have Jack Jones, the owner of the dump and also the coordinator of the dump run, and Janella Melissa also joining us here this morning as we continue to share these details. We have more to talk about because I don't even know what a ramble is, but I'm going to learn when we launch back into our conversation. And then all these amazing bands that are performing tomorrow during the 20th annual dump run. So we'll continue our conversation with Jack, Janella, Melissa. Thank you all for being here with us.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. And I had shared with you, and I promise I'll stop saying how much I like your voice, Jack, but I feel so lucky today because I've got you here in the studio. I have one of my other favorite voices on the phone. That is Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Good morning, Sandy.
Morning.
It was great to see you at the Dodge County Fair last Saturday and meet your husband. You had the cutest brewer shirt on that I've ever seen. And then just the look on your husband's face when I told him how much I love your voice. Did you see how big his smile was? Like, he thinks you have a lovely voice, too.
I don't know. I think most of my friends find it humorous that you love my voice so much.
I really do. I was telling our guests here this morning, like, it brings some zen because I'm a very, like, high energy person. So when something strikes me in such a way that I get to take it down a notch, I appreciate that. So and we appreciate you for many, many reasons. And thank you for helping me to take it down a notch, Sandy.
You're welcome.
How are things going at McKinstry's with the store-wide Labor Day sale? This is a big deal because you're celebrating folks, that have made America strong, have made this a great country, and you're celebrating that by having this store-wide Labor Day sale.
Yeah, so everything in the store is marked down. I'm trying to think. I'm area rugs. I believe the lowest price one is $99 for a 5x8.
Wow.
And that's just a really great value. And we have recliners at $389 by Lazy Boy. I mean, they're Lazy Boy recliners. But I mean, really, entirely the whole store is on sale. We've got the mattresses, lift chairs, dining room sets, everything.
And, when you mention all of those things, because it is everything that is a part of the store-wide Labor Day sale at McKinstry's, one of the things that folks really enjoy about shopping at McKinstry's is that it's easy to maneuver through the store. It has such great walkability. And then it's fun, too, the way you guys set up McKinstry's, because you always have these really cool accessories, all those finishing touches. You mentioned the area rugs, the 5x8, starting at $99, those pictures and the accessories that folks get to shop there too.
Yeah, so we do have quite a big variety, and I just heard it again this week. People are amazed when they walk in our door and they've never been here before at how large this store is.
Yeah, it really is. And I like, going down to check out all those lift chairs. I remember my very first time at McKinstry's Home Furnishings going down to check out the lift chairs, and you had some beautiful clocks down there. There's just so many. Is this why you serve the popcorn? Because you can leisurely stroll and shop and enjoy a snack when you're at McKinstry's?
Correct. Just enjoy yourself. And you can sit down in all the comfortable furniture and try it out.
Oh, I love that. And everyone is so very friendly at McKinstry's. And have you and your husband ever enjoyed a burger or food from the dump in Cambria?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we've got
wonderful.
My other favorite voice is Jack Jones, the owner of the dump, and he's here with us. And I don't want to misspeak, and I know that we talked a lot about your last big anniversary, but when Jack learned that you were joining us here on Hometown Today this morning, he's like, wow, McKinstry's has been around for a very long time. How many years has McKinstry's Home Furnishings been helping folks stay comfortable and beautify their homes?
166 years.
Oh, congratulations, Amy.
So yes, a long time.
Yeah, it really
That
is.
is a long time.
That says an awful lot about doing things the right way, Sandy. How long is your store-wide Labor Day sale happening at McKinstry's?
It does go through Saturday, the 31st of August.
Okay.
We are closed on Labor Day. We like to still have our staff have those major holidays off.
Yeah, that's important, and I thank you for sharing that so we can plan appropriately and folks know that your store-wide Labor Day sale ends Saturday, August 31st. And then can you share with us quickly one of the, and it's going to be hard for you to pick just one because I know how much you love what you do. You love all the things that are at McKinstry's Home Furnishings. You enjoy shopping at the markets. As part of the store-wide Labor Day sale at McKinstry's, Sandy, what is like one thing that you're super excited to share with people when they walk through those doors?
Oh my gosh!
I know. I shouldn't even ask a question
such
like
pressure,
that.
Such pressure. One of the neat new things that we got from the market just a couple weeks ago is this really big reclining chair, and I mean, it's a good snuggle up with a grandchild, read a book type of thing. It's a power recliner, and it rocks, and it's just really kind of nice because it gives you that cuddling time.
Oh, I see. That's a good one. What do you think about Sandy's
I
answer
love
there?
it.
That was a
I
good
love
one.
it.
Excellent. Sandy, remind folks when they can walk through those doors and enjoy those big savings right now during the store-wide Labor Day sale. In addition to being closed on Labor Day, when can folks come see you?
We are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. You have a great weekend.
Thank you, and good luck with your event this weekend at the dump.
Sandy, thank you very much. I appreciate
welcome.
that.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Sandy. Bye-bye. See, what do you think? She's got some zen going on there. Yeah.
Sure.
All
Should've
right.
asked about the massage chair.
Oh, next time, Jack. Come back on next time.
They are
Sandy joins
wonderful.
us. They've got a lot to choose from at McKinstry's for sure. Jack Jones, the owner of the dump and coordinator for the annual dump run, here with us this morning on Hometown Today, along with Janelle and Melissa. The 20th annual dump run happens tomorrow at the dump in Cambria. When we were talking about the expectation between 700 to 800 riders, in addition to 500 to 600 walk-ins for this great event, that starts at 9 o'clock. You get to fill your belly with a tasty free breakfast. It's available for all the participants that are signing up for the ride, $20 per participant. Janelle, you had mentioned just, as a, like, hey, check your head for a minute. Like, let's talk about those numbers in the scene. Population of Cambria is what?
777.
Yeah, that's not the Boeing 777.
Nope.
777 people. That is the population of Cambria. You guys are more than doubling folks that are coming in. Is there anything that we need to know as far as any part of Main Street being blocked off tomorrow?
Well, yeah, we block off the Main Street in front. One whole block of Main Street is blocked off.
Okay.
For the event, and it actually is just more room there than one might think. So it never feels overly congested, Amy, but there is plenty of room for everybody to move about, and we have. So when everybody gets out of the street in the morning, we have the football players and firemen are down moving in. We move in stages, portable bars, picnic tables, bleachers, and all that is set up and ready to go by 3 o'clock. And like I say, the first band goes on stage at 3 o'clock. Then the live auction, and I guess.
What's the Rambo? Because the live auction starts at 4:30 tomorrow, and we definitely want folks to follow the dump on Facebook because they can get the big lowdown,
Absolutely.
the big schedule right there.
Everything, yep.
But at 5:30 it says
dumprwi.com
what's
for
the
that.
Ramble? What's a Ramble?
Well, I'm not sure how Matthew named his band the Ramble. So
it's a band.
It's a band.
Oh, I thought it was like
it's country-
some crazy
no,
Wisconsin activity I didn't know about. I'm like, what's a Ramble?
Country
Okay.
band out of Madison, and they are awesome. We had them on the boxcar stage earlier this year on a Saturday night, and they are so engaging. I mean, everybody just loved them, and they stuck around and had fun with the guests, and they had quite an audience that night. So everything went really, really good. And Matthew, the leader of the band, is really super cool guy, very personable. But yeah, so the live auction, like I said, it was 4:30, and then at 5:30, we we fire up down in the boxcar stage, which is in our terraced outside the area, and we're doing a sharing the back line, so we get one band on and off, all within 30 minutes, and the next band starts. So
Wow.
it's a nonstop production there. The Ramble kicks it off, like I said, at 5:30, and that's followed by the Scotty Tyson, the PTO band, the Power Takeoff band out of Madison.
Cool.
And I want to congratulate Scotty and the guys. They just signed a pretty nice recording contract.
That's exciting.
It is very exciting for them, and
for them.
very unique group. People really enjoy them. And then that's all on the boxcar stage, and it followed by Saturday Morning Cartel. We'll wrap up the boxcar stage.
Okay.
And they'll go on about 7:45, and they'll finish up about 8:30. And at that point, we go back up to the main street, up to the main stage, and we have the opener band called Sand. Again, they're out of Madison. They'll open up for our headliner, and our headliner will go on about 9:30, and that's Waylon.
Okay. Wow, that is action-packed. 6 different bands. That's really impressive. It is really going to be a full day of fun. That lineup is knockout. Now I feel really good knowing that I wasn't missing out on the Ramble. And I don't have to miss out because they start playing tomorrow at 5:30 at the Dump, part of the 20th annual Dump Run. $20 donation at the gate for you to enjoy all this great live music, great food, and support wonderful local organizations, because all of the proceeds will be benefiting local organizations like the Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, along with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. You do have to be 21 to enter. Folks should know that your regular kitchen, the regular menu, you got a little something going on tomorrow, so the regular kitchen will not be operating with that menu.
Yeah.
That's
no,
important for
the
folks
kitchen
to
won't be
know.
open at all. The staff's coming in 7 a.m. getting the breakfast ready, and we welcome anybody traveling through the area. Stop, say hi, have a beverage or whatever. We do have some crock pots of sloppy joes and some
nice.
snacks like that
That's
for somebody that
thoughtful.
needs something. Yeah, so it's not that you can't get anything, and of course the pig roast starts at 3:00, and pig roast and all the trimmings. So and that'll run till we're done, which maybe 7-ish.
Okay.
Usually quit that, and any of the pork and buns that may be left over, make into sandwiches, and then we bring them back out at like 8:00 and walk
smart.
around and feed, get rid of those. But so if you hang with us all day, you get 3 meals, all this entertainment and excitement for $20. So where can you get that? Right?
Nowhere other than the Dump during the
Right
20th annual Dump Run in Cambria.
Right on.
It's been wonderful having you with us here. Best of luck. Tomorrow's
Thanks
going to
for
be a
having
gorgeous
us.
day. You bet. I'm looking forward to hearing how everything goes and talking about all the dollars raised. Again, super impressive to date. Over these 20 years, you've raised over $500,000, $505,000. And again, great idea coming from your heart.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and congratulations on the success of the Dump Run.
Thank you very much, Amy, and appreciate you having us and giving us opportunity to share this with your viewers and listeners. So
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
appreciate that. Yeah, very cool.
I got to meet the guy who's got the cool voice. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios for Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Again, thank you to Jack Jones, Janelle, and Melissa. It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to the next time we get to have you guys back on Hometown Today.
Sounds awesome. Thank
Right.
you.
We have Stephanie Curtis joining us next. Stephanie is the executive director with Watertown Family Connections, and they also are celebrating a big milestone, much like the Dump with the 20th annual Dump Run. Watertown Family Connections celebrating their 30th birthday and anniversary month. So we'll find out how all of the celebration is going and how we can lend our support to Watertown Family Connections. We'll be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather updates, and we'll get it going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The owner of Professional Floor Covering, and you're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Feel good, especially on a Friday. Welcome back to Hometown Today. We are live from the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. Click on the Daily Dodge TV tab. That'll make that happen for you. And you can also subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on our YouTube channel. When you do that, make sure that you click the notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings live from the Daily Dodge TV studio, whether it is here at 100 Bill McCullum Way or out and about. I am smiling so much, and I was giggling because I really adore and admire our next guest. Stephanie Curtis, the executive director with Watertown Family Connections, is with us here for a little bit on Hometown Today. Familiar voice, familiar face. We were just together for the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon, and I'm going to share this with you. I haven't even told Ninja, our producer, this.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously aware that you're coming in for the show today and recognize the name and everything, but it wasn't until you walked down the stairs into the Daily Dodge TV studio, I'm like, oh, hello, that's Stephanie. Like, I put the face to the name. You are just a force because you really care about, making those situations for families better, focusing on those relationships that we build and giving kids and families those educational experiences that, help us be better and help us be solid. And knowing that Watertown Family Connections is celebrating its 30th birthday and its 30th anniversary, that is huge. How are you feeling about all of this?
It is a huge milestone.
Yeah.
And I also shared a milestone this summer, too, with 19 years with Watertown Family Connections.
Congratulations.
So to be like, wow, I've been, watched it. I came in at 19 years ago, and when I did, I'll just share a little story. The Watertown Family Center at that time. Doors were barely staying open. I took this job and went in and looked at what we could do, streamlined things, what do we do best, and focused on that for the first few years. So it was playgroups and our open gyms and just a smattering of some parenting ed. And it was just, this great little gem that we had and having families come to it. And then throughout the years, we just kind of added to it, changed how we were thinking, looking at evidence-based curriculums. How could we really focus on these families? And I didn't really realize that we were doing this until my husband one day said to me, he goes, you used to just talk about playgroups and parenting, and he goes, now you're talking about what happens with the parents and those social connections and strengthening families and strengthening children. He goes, it's just amazing. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We are doing some amazing stuff. So, throughout the years, we've really grown where our meager beginnings were in the basement of a church.
Wow.
We were there for a couple of years, and you had this small group of people in Watertown who they did a study, and they're just like, we need some more parenting education, and we need to have some social connections. So 30 years ago, they were realizing that. And to take that little dream of what they did and then to grow it into what we are now, and to realize that we've served over 6,000 families.
Wow.
Right? And then when I start thinking about how many child visits have we had to our playgroups and our open gyms, nearly 30,000 child visits over the 30 years.
Amazing.
So you think about just the playgroups and the families that we've touched, but then you think about our parenting education and how we impacted families that way. And and the goal of mine for parent ed is that it isn't for somebody who, for those parents, because you do get a lot of that. People are just like, well, I don't need parenting, or they don't want to admit that they need help with parenting, right?
Right?
Yeah.
We need help. Both my husband and I were like, oh my gosh, like, where do we even start?
Kids
You
don't
read all
come
the
with
books.
instructions, right? Or there's so many different ways. And,
No.
and one thing does not fit one family or one child. And so, it's the idea of how can we normalize parenting ed. And I look at it as parenting is a profession. It's one of the hardest jobs you can do in life, but it's also one of the most rewarding jobs. But you don't realize that until you are a 56-year-old woman and you have a 27-year-old child and a 24-year-old adult children, right? And you see what I did when they were younger and what they are now.
It's our most important job.
Yeah,
it really
so
is.
So if it's a job, in most jobs we have professional development. We're doing trainings. We're doing things so that we can be better in our jobs. So why not do that as a parent?
That's right.
And and I look at it. We look at families through a strength-based lens and people, and that they already have what it takes. So how can we increase that muscle, and build that up and look at the 5 strengths, which are the social emotional learning, how children know about emotions, parenting as children grow, the social connections, and finding concrete support, and then resilience, that inner strength. Those are all the things that we need as a human being to be good people.
Yeah.
So we need to teach parents that they also need to do this with their children. And if you can weave that web of support and that 0 to 5, just imagine what we wouldn't have to have if they have those good building blocks to begin with. And not, yes, we're still going to have people coming to us when they're older, but if you had that support, just imagine if you had all those things when your kids were little, all those extras, and it's just an amazing thing that we can do that and help those families. And we do more than playgroups and open gyms and parenting ed. We're doing community baby showers with Jefferson Health Department, Dodge County Health Department, Watertown Health Department. This last year, 79 moms were helped. We work with them, and these are moms that are identified, who are struggling, who need that help, and we just get the basic necessities: diapers, wipes, a toy, some onesies, books, things that a lot of people take for granted.
Yeah.
But then there's people who can't. So, and then also with those baby showers, we create mini community resource fairs within those baby showers, so those moms get to visit the agencies that are in that community so they know where they can go for help ahead of time, right? And make that connection and know about it. They may not need it now, but they, might need something and help.
And you have a community baby shower coming up in September,
Yes,
correct?
we do with Jefferson County Health Department. So, it's just an amazing thing. It's just something that grew out of, we're working on in the Watertown community, Welcome Baby Coalition. So I'm the type of person that, a lot of people talk about big ideas, this or that, and I get tired of people talking, and I just want to have action. Right?
You're a doer.
I'm a doer.
Yeah.
If you want change, you got to be that change maker, and your organization has to be that way too. And because we have to grow, you got to keep going forward. My dad always says, you got to be like a shark. You got to keep moving forward. If you stop moving, if that shark stops moving, what happens? They die, right?
Just keep swimming.
So we just got to keep swimming and keep going forward. And not to say that what we had in the past wasn't good. I also look at it when I talk about that strength base, this was good, but how can we make it better? Let's raise that bar. My staff will tell you that I do not agree with mediocre. Let's not be average. Let's always strive for higher, because we want, not only for our organization, for ourselves and for our families. And how can we strengthen? And the other thing that we've been doing too, in the last 2 years, we started in a church basement. Then we were at the Watertown area YMCA, older building. And then we had this opportunity when the library was adding on to their children's space, the opportunity to move there. And, all this planning was happening during COVID. COVID was a horrible time, but also it was a wonderful time for us because it gave us a time to pause. And we were able to do trainings. We were able to think big, dream big. We were given the opportunity, we had an organization say to us, if you could if you could do this, what would your organization look like? They gave us the opportunity to dream big and say what we wanted and put it out there. So that opportunity to move into library, our numbers after COVID were about the same number of families, but I've been working on grants the last couple of months. So we increased our numbers 56% in this last year.
Wow, congratulations.
So we served over 326 families.
That's fantastic.
So, whether that was a play group, parenting ed, coming in for community resources, was it a baby shower? 326 families. And that doesn't include everybody that's in that family unit. Wow. When you touch one person in a family, you touch all of them, right? So, so it gave us the opportunity to increase our numbers. It's also given us the opportunity to show our community that we can work together with our library, coexist. I talk about putting your ego on a shelf, because it's not about Stephanie Curtis. It's about Watertown Family Connections. And how are we going to work with the library? People are like, well, you got competing programs. I'm like, no, they complement each other, because we both have goals of strengthening the families in the community. So we've taken that mindset and we are sharing it with other organizations in our community. And how can we work together? How can we all work together and strengthen the community? Put all our oars in the water and row in the same direction. So if we're doing that, we're strengthening everybody. And then we're also,
From Margazan to Marshall, Fox Lake to Fall River, Watertown.
Does not mean that we're not in Dodge County, Jefferson County. We work with the child cares, we get out information, so we're doing all that.
I want you to come back and talk with us again soon, because we have to wrap up, and you just got here, it feels like, and we wanted to talk about 30 for 30 giving campaign. Can you do that quickly?
Sure, I can do that. So we came up with the idea of doing a fundraiser during the month of August, 30 for 30. So $1 for every year. So $30. So we're asking people to make a donation of $30. They can go to our website, click on that, and they can do $30. Or if you'd like to make more, you can do that too. But it's just a way of, doing our birthday anniversary celebration. We talked before we went on air. Beginning of the month, we had a community birthday bash, and we went into this thinking we'll get 25 people there.
How many did you get?
We had over 150 people. So it was a great thing.
A lot of love
it
right
was a lot of love. And what was wonderful was there's people who came from the beginning. We had parents who are now grandparents who are bringing their grandkids to our playgroups. So we're seeing that multi-generational thing happening. We have people, these little kids who are 2 and are going off to college, and so now I feel old. But it's an amazing thing to watch these kids who were 2, and the parents are like, and I'm gonna say her name, Beth, and if Fred and Jess are out there listening, they're like, yeah, Beth, we did that. When you have that child that is just fierce and is going to tell you what they're going to do. Parents struggle with that.
Yeah.
So let's take a class. Let's work together. And you know what? She turned out to be a lovely young lady. So, yeah. So we're doing things like that. But, yes, go to our website, click on that button, and you can donate. And all the funds go right back into our organization, to our programs. We have a staff of, we have one person that's full-time. That was me. But the other 4 staff members are part-time, and we're working hard. And can I share something else?
We really have to wrap it up.
Then. Okay.
What is it then? That's not fair. Quickly.
I just want to make, this last year, I hired somebody who's bilingual.
Oh, fantastic.
And so that we have that ability. And the other thing that we did quickly is that how can we create community with people who don't speak English and people who speak English? We have headsets, so we can immerse families who are not English speaking. They have the support of the Spanish speaker on a microphone and the headset, so that nobody realizes that somebody is not speaking English and they can hear it. So it's just a great thing we have that opportunity to share that.
Come back and talk with us again soon because
I
there's
will.
always so much happening. Congratulations on your 19 years with
Thank you.
Watertown Family Connections and the 30 years. And again, folks can go to the website, donate that $30. All the dollars go right back into the programs. You're fantastic, and I wish we had more time together.
I'll come back.
I hope so. We're going to work on those dates. Stephanie
Yeah.
Curtis, the executive director with Watertown Family Connections, here with us this morning on Hometown Today, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.